Hello everyone, this is a Notifier SFP-2404 fire alarm control panel. These were first produced in the early 2000s and are a direct rebrand of the Firelight MS4. The SFP-2404 is a microprocessor-based conventional fire alarm panel with 4 zones and 2 signal circuits. It's a successor to older 4-zone panels like the SGL-404 and SFP-400. The SFP-2404 would introduce built-in strobe synchronization and enhanced detection capabilities with the System Sensor i3 series. So let's jump right into this. For this demonstration, we have a couple of devices here. The initiating devices include an MBG12L pull station, a System Sensor i3, 2 WTA-B, 2-wire smoke detector with thermal sensor and sounder, with the notification appliance being a System Sensor P2W horn strobe. On the floor, we have another System Sensor i3, 2W-B, 2-wire smoke detector, a System Sensor CL1224 carbon monoxide detector, and a notification appliance is a System Sensor SW strobe. Let's test the smoke detector first. We'll test the heat sensors. This detector was programmed for verification, so it'll need to be alarmed again before we sound the signals. All right. Now let's test the other devices on the system. And we have audible silence. Strobes are synchronized by the panel using System Sensor Sync. Now let's test this detector. I'm out of smoke spray, so we'll just use the test switch. Silenced again. You set this pole. And then reset. And back to normal. And lastly, the CO detector. We use the test switch. Once this detector alarms, the panel will display a supervisory condition. So here we go. Here's the supervisory on zone 4. The sensor blinks in test mode. Now to reset. And back to normal. The operator interface on the SFP-2404 is fairly straightforward. Each zone has a fire alarm, supervisory, trouble, and maintenance indicator. The maintenance indicator is used with the i3 detectors. It will be explained in a little bit. There's also general system indicators for all the troubles, acknowledge, alarm silence reset and walk test, and zone enable disable buttons. To conduct a silent walk test, the walk test and alarm silence buttons must be pressed simultaneously. Otherwise, it will be an audible walk test. The SFP-2404 is powered by one transformer, but a second transformer can be added right above to provide additional power. At the bottom are the AC input and battery cables for the batteries, some dip switches, piezo. Right here is the microprocessor. On top are the terminal connections. At the top left are the auxiliary power terminals, a pair for non-resettable and another for resettable, 2 signal circuits, the 4 initiating zones, and trouble, alarm, and supervisory relays. There are some connectors, one on the top and 2 on the sides for option modules. The top connector is for the CAC4 Class A converter module. It converts the inputs and outputs to Class A circuits. These 2 connectors on the right are for 2 of 3 option modules. The 4XTM transmitter module, the 4XLM LED interface module for the RZA4 annunciator, and the 4XZM zone relay module. At the bottom of the circuit board are 3 sets of dip switches for programming the system. These options are described in this label on the back of the door. SW1 contains primarily system options: silence inhibit, auto silence, temporal coding, selective silence, which keeps the strobes flashing after silence, trouble reminder, AC trouble delay, auto resettable supervisory, which makes the supervisory non-latching, and IDC combination water flow supervisory circuit. This allows monitoring of water flow devices and tamper devices on the same zone. SW2 contains zone options. Each zone can be programmed for alarm verification, as in this detector, and supervisory, as in this CO detector. SW3 contains signal circuit options. Each circuit can be programmed as silenceable or non-silenceable. They can also be disabled using dip switches, and options for strobe synchronization, system sensor, Gentex, and wheel lock sync, as well as one option to make the signal circuits non-silenceable for water flow alarms, but only if SW1 switch 8 is on. As mentioned earlier, the System Sensor i3 series has additional advanced capabilities similar to those of adjustable detectors. Each detector is capable of drift compensation, which allows each one to adjust its sensitivity based on its surroundings. If a detector is dirty or requires maintenance, it puts the zone into trouble, and the diagnostic LEDs can determine which detector is in need of maintenance. Detectors with thermal sensors, like this one, can send a supervisory condition to the panel if it detects temperatures approaching or falling below freezing. Detectors with sounders can be synchronized using the RRS MOD module, which allows multiple detectors with sounders to activate in a general alarm condition. Some newer conventional panels, like the SFP-2404, have built-in support for these advanced i3 features. Panels that do not can use the MOD2W module, which provides the same set of features connected to a module, which then connects to a conventional zone. So let's demonstrate the freeze warning on one of these detectors. Just throw it in the freezer and wait to see what happens. Got a supervisory on zone 1. Let's take a look at the detector. Feels pretty cold. And the LED blinks red to indicate abnormal condition. So that's the freeze warning on this panel. It's pretty cool. And that is all for the SFP-2404 fire alarm control panel. As of recording, these panels are still in production. These panels are very common online, and the low price tag and ease of programming make them a popular choice as a beginner or first-time fire alarm panel. However, these panels are known for their reliability issues and can be fragile. The power supplies are sensitive to surges and lightning strikes, which can damage the entire board. The signal circuits are delicate and can be damaged if wired improperly, or if devices with high EMF interference like mechanical horns or bells are connected to them. Therefore, precautions should be taken when connecting this panel to AC mains and with regards to what notification appliances are connected to the signal circuits. Regardless, with proper care and only using devices that the panel is rated for, the SFP-2404 can be an advanced, small fire alarm control panel with many unique features for its size. In any case, if you have any questions or comments on the SFP-2404, feel free to post them below. But until next time, have a nice day.